Peace, light, love. It's JT from the Aphro-D group. I am currently in my second year of using Aphro-D products. I have 9 months worth of Aphro-D before you in the videos, and today I am honored to be able to share some of my results and experiences with Aphro-D. Uh, I'm super grateful and a little nervous, to be honest. Probably to just do the video, and then also right now in this moment, a little secret between you and me, I've knocked these bottles down like 500 times. So I'm like a little nervous that they're gonna fall. So I'm gonna be very super careful and make sure to not knock down these bottles. I've threatened them quite a few times, so hopefully they cooperate. um, Anyways, so I made some notes about what have been my experiences with Aphro-D, and I hope I convey them in the best way that I can, because Aphro-D really has changed my life. Like, so many of the qualities that I had that made me a strong man, that made me a unique person that I really appreciated about myself. Uh, Aphro-D really enhanced and really uh, empowered and really, just supported me as a man overall. And uh, first thing I'll talk about is where I was when I first saw the Aphro-D advertisement. So I was on YouTube one day, and life is is always a challenge. So I was faced with whatever it was that I was going through during that time, and I saw Doc, and Doc, his aura immediately, kind of strikes you. Super bright. Uh, he's different in a very special, unique way. And I'm like, okay, Doc's cool. He's got charisma. He's got swag. He's super intelligent, and he's talking about these four herbs that he put into Aphro-D that really support you know all aspects of a man's life. Uh, what other herbs? I'll put myself on the spot. We've got pearl powder. You got tongue catalini. You've got those berries. Um, and oh gosh, they're in here. Yeah, tongue catalini, the Shazandra berries, uh, Hishu Wu, and the pearl powder. Those are your ingredients in Aphro-D. Um, and Doc was talking about them, in such an intelligent way, as a PhD level scientist. And so, I was like, wow, really enjoying learning what he was saying. And, the day-to-day life was a difficult thing for me. And I had to really push to be bright. I really had to push myself to keep up with the demands and to try to get ahead. It was so hard just keeping up, let alone trying to get ahead with life. Uh, so I saw Doc and was listening to him, and I said, I'm gonna give it a try. And I promise you, bro, like from the very first day, over a year ago, I started experiencing the beautiful blessings, the beautiful benefits that I received from Aphro-D. Like, from the first time I opened the bottle and took my first 4 capsules, like the first 4, you know, charisma is. So I'm naturally an introvert. Excuse me. Naturally an introvert, and um, So like when I talk to people, sometimes it feels like it takes effort. It takes like a lot of energy for me to really engage in the conversation. A lot of energy to just be present in the moment with the person, because I'm not in my shell. I'm not being quiet into myself. I'm having to engage, and you want to be humorous. You want to be witty. You want to be pleasant, what have you. And I remember that I took my first 4 capsules of Aphro-D. I got them. I got the package in the mail. Opened the box in the car. Had a bottle of water in the car. Took the first capsules, and then I headed home to my apartment. And a guy that I was living with as a roommate, I would kind of see him, and I would be like, oh, okay, here we go. Time to be political. Time to be nice. When I really just rather just walk right by him and just go to my apartment and buy part of the house and then just be it. Just to be honest. Sometimes you want to go home. You just kind of just want to go home and don't have to have a conversation once you get to the door with basically a stranger. But anyway, so I got home and he was there, and I had my exchange with him and I was conversing with him, and then I got into my quarters. I was like, whoa. I was very humorous, and very confident, and very charismatic in that conversation. Like, where did that come from? Like, that was me. Like, where did that Mr. Talkative come from? you know, and and I just noticed that to a point where I almost started getting excited to get in the same type of social dynamics that once would make me a little nervous, once would make me a little clammy, closed off. I was almost excited to get in those same environments, because it was like this superhero, this superhuman would show up when I got into those dynamics, and this person liked to talk. You know what I'm saying? And with the Aphro-D, like that part, that me with the Aphro-D, like I liked these social dynamics. I look forward to those conversations where you gotta be quick on your toes and be witty and stuff. Because with the Aphro-D, it kind of like unleashed this part of me where I'm like, hey, I'm ready to converse. You know, let's have a convo. Let's chat a little bit. You know, but before I was kind of like ducking and just trying to be 3 paces ahead or behind to avoid the interaction type of thing. But since the Aphro-D, I don't mind. I don't mind the talk. So that's one thing. The charisma has been an amazing blessing that I have benefited from, received with Aphro-D. And then also that was noticed from day one is this like just do it mentality. Like I had this fire, this desire to get stuff done. Like on the to-do list. Like how you might think. One thing that happened was, how you might know you probably could clean out your trunk of a car of yours. And you've seen your trunk a number of times, and you could benefit from getting all the stuff out of there that you don't use, or organizing it. So what did I say? So talking about the trunk, and we know that we should probably have clean trunks of our cars. And one thing on my first day, the Capricorn in me is going a little bananas right now. Okay. Alright. So, I would just do things like clean my trunk because I need to clean my trunk. The thought would pop in my mind like it had before. And instead of being like, oh yeah, I know I need to do that, I'll definitely get to it later. I was like, I know I need to do this. And next thing I know, my hands are moving and I'm pulling stuff out of the trunk. and I'm getting the trunk clean. And looking for me. What's JT doing? He's outside putting everything in his trunk in categories, and you know, just getting fine tuning the trunk of his car. Or I want to move this stuff around my house, my apartment, my whatever, my dog pens, all this stuff. Like they need to, that stuff needs to get done. And I just felt like I was doing it. I would have the thought of, oh, I want to go organize, my dog's house, and I'll go out there, and honestly, I know I'm out there doing it. Or I want to rearrange furniture. And the next thing I knew, I was just rearranging it. And I was in such a good mood rearranging the furniture. I was like, oh my God, Doc is an angel. He has come to planet Earth to save us all. So, truly, because, throughout my life, procrastination has been something that, I have been challenged by. I definitely have achieved a lot in my time, but it's not been without the challenge of procrastination. And I'll tell you, with Aphro-D, part of how I fell in love so fast is because I noticed that I had this superhuman desire to accomplish things. And it was like I've had such a high level of aspiration for myself and my life, but it hasn't always been very supported by elements of my life, and a lot of times I've had to achieve in spite of things. And with Aphro-D, I've been able to achieve things with the support of something in my life, and this is coming from the herbal benefits of Aphro-D, and then also the social interpersonal benefits of Aphro-D, because Aphro-D is a tribe. Aphro-D is a group, a collective of men who share a stream of thinking, a stream of vibration, a frequency that we've intentionally tuned ourselves into in our own special ways. So it's like a frequency, Aphro-D, that you tune into, and so in tuning into that, I have been blessed. Ooh, don't fall. Okay, this one was. Okay, I'm at not too much time. All right. So yeah, I was super focused, super goal oriented. My mentality was just do it. Uh, oh, another part of my results. Now, this is an interesting thing that required balancing. And my notes aren't in any particular order either. I just kind of have a conversation with myself. What have been my results with Aphro-D, and I'm just going to share those. So with my temperament, I felt very calm, very grounded. Again, from the first day. I am a year later, and all the beautiful experiences I've had with Aphro-D started on the very first dose. Like, I took the first 4 capsules. I made a little drive, ran an errand, got home, and felt like a brand new man. Like that. And that's not everyone's experience with Aphro-D, because we all are different. But a huge percentage of us experience the beautiful blessings of Aphro-D on that first day. And I am definitely a part of that group. Definitely. So I felt very calm, very grounded. I know that's those are aspects of pearl powder, beautiful herb. I just how sometimes you can think about things and you can dwell, you can feel a little down sometimes. And I will admit that before Aphro-D, I was having bouts of depression. My mood would have dropped significantly at certain points, which has been kind of like a theme. And there's a genetic component to that too. But with Aphro-D, the same thoughts would kind of come to my mind, and I noticed this, and it's so amazing. It's like those same stressful thoughts that you have, Monday through Sunday, on a regular basis, and you already know, like, you kind of think about those on a regular basis, and you kind of get a little down when they're on your mind. For me, they will come, and then they will go. I was like, whoa, I'm not upset. Life actually still feels pretty great right now. Why am I not bothered right now? I really was asking myself that. Why am I not bothered? Oh, that thought just kind of came and went away. It was so amazing. And I would sit there and be like, whoa, I don't feel sad right now. I don't feel depressed right now. I don't feel so lonely right now. Everything is still the same, but I just don't feel down. I feel pretty daggone good. And then also with my temperament, that macho-ness definitely came out more as well, which requires balancing, meditation for me, because I'm not like a lot of us are familiar with like alpha males, you have beta, and some of us are familiar with the sigma male as well, where the sigma is like an alpha male, but a sigma male, he's like the lone wolf. He doesn't seek to dominate over everything that he sees, and he has no problem with other wolves having their own territory in which they are the alpha. That's completely fine, but they're not cross the boundary over into what's mine, what is the sigma male's territory, and try to take it for your own, because then that Capricorn really comes out. Capricorn zodiac sign, which basically means you could cause all hell to raise trying to take what is the sigma male's but as long as you don't, you kind of stay in your area, your neck of the woods, you're perfectly great. The sigma wolf will never try to come take what is yours in your neck of the woods, while an alpha male might try to do that. An alpha male might see that you have your own kingdom, your own territory, and be, oh, I'm going to want that for myself. Start teetering over to your area, or start intimidating or trying to intimidate you, or trying to challenge you to take what's yours for themselves. That's what an alpha will likely do. Whereas a sigma will hold his own ground and respect the boundary of what's yours, and never try to take what's for his, and never let you take what's his for yours. So that's the sigma male, and that's what I was really coming into more so with the testosterone raising within myself. It's definitely so. So I had to really monitor that macho testosterone type of thing going on, because if I get in a situation where I'm kind of being challenged or I feel challenged, I felt a little bit more like a grr in my response, and I already had quite a bit of grr going on, so I really had to monitor that, because as happy-go-lucky as I can get, as far left as I can swing, it swings right. I was sleeping. I began sleeping so much better. Like after I started taking Aphro-D, I noticed that when I would lie down and to go to bed, there was way less thinking that would occur. And I'm 20 minutes into this video, so I want to keep them up. But anyways, I noticed that when I would go to sleep, it would take way less time to get to sleep than it usually would. So, maybe 10-15 minutes into laying down, I would sleep, which was amazing, because I tend to think a lot when I lie down and go to sleep. Like I'll think a whole lot about the whole day, what happened 2 days ago, what happened 2 months ago, 2 years ago, 20 years ago. I'll think about it. And uh, once I start taking Aphro-D, I mean, 10 minutes into being in the bed, it felt like I was dozed off. I had dozed off, and I'll be more sound asleep once I was asleep, and I'll wake up feeling really refreshed. Like, whew, I just had a great slumber. Like, oh, I slept so well. Like that was so good. I remember waking up like, ooh, that was a good night's rest. Um, and now I'm kind of gotten used to it. And that's another thing. I'm just kind of scared of what life would be like returning to no Aphro-D because I've gotten so accustomed to the benefits of Aphro-D that you know I do not want to go back to life without Aphro-D. Um, and then also one of the most prominent benefits with Aphro-D that a lot of the brothers talk about is the gym gains. Now, when I first started taking Aphro-D, I just noticed that I just felt instantly more strong. Like I was stronger. The weights that I would use, they felt lighter. I was doing reps way more easily than I was before. I was using heavier equipment at the gym, and I could run way more. I love to run. Pardon me. I love to run. I run. I run. So where I was running like 4 to 6 miles for fun. Like if I would go, it's the summertime. Which, I love to run in the summer. So it's summertime, and I'm just going out for a run with my music. I'm saying, got my mile tracker on my phone, whatever, and I'll go run 4 to 6 miles on just a fun run. Aphro-D turned my 4 to 6 miles to like 7 to 9 miles. Kid you not. I was out there just running like I mean, I was not tired, and I would get to like 8 miles, 9 miles, and I would stop running not because I was tired, but because I was kind of like just bored. I was like, okay, I've been running for a couple hours now. Like, I guess I'll go home at this point. And I was like, whoa. I track my runs with with the running apps on phones and stuff. Like whether it's whatever, whoever makes it. A lot of companies make things to track your miles when you run or walk. And in doing that, I noticed that my runs went from like 4 to 6 miles to 7 to 9 miles. I didn't change anything, but started taking Aphro-D. That's the only thing that was different. I've been running since I was in middle school. I'm in my 30s right now, so um, nothing changed. Besides that, I started taking Aphro-D, and I was running significantly faster, um, harder, and longer. You know, and I was getting strong, and at the rate that my strength was increasing was just so impressive, almost scary. It was like, how the bleep am I going from using 35, 40 weight dumbbells to, I'm going for 50, 55 like it's nothing, you know. Like, you know, um, granted, I haven't been so much in the gym as of late, but you kind of can see that, like, my body, it doesn't look the shabbiest. And it says like the Aphro-D keeps it going. Like what I do, I've been doing push-ups for quite a bit with the group, and that's just about it. I'll be honest. Doing some push-ups, and that's it. But I've been keeping my tone. Um, and but I have the encouragement definitely from the brothers to get into regular fitness routines, to incorporate healthy diet choices, and I definitely have the encouragement and the challenge from the fellow Aphro-D brothers to get in the gym ASAP. Um, but the times that I have been in the gym over the past year, I have been way stronger. I have gotten stronger at an incredible rate. I am a runner. Been running since middle school. I'm currently in my 30s, and just by changing the one lifestyle decision of taking Aphro-D, I added miles onto my runs, and my runs got so much faster, and I was just stronger. I was flying. Like I go run now, like I will look like Hermes. Aphro-D turned me into Hermes. uh, my next marker, I think I have 2 left, and I hope this video doesn't sound like a big ramble, because it means a lot to me to express how much Aphro-D means to me. My next point is my intuition. And I wasn't sure if I was going to bring this up in the video, but I am. So once I started taking Aphro-D, my intuition became clearer, and I was very much so in tune with things in a heightened type of way. As if, I was almost being like I was being psychic, like psychic unintentionally, doing things like, I won't go too far into that because I know, third eye conversations, intuition, energy, vibrations, auras, and synchronicities. I say synchronicities to make fun of some of my favorite readers would say that. So I was having more synchronicities in the things that was happening. I was having more serendipity. What is intuition would be a great conversation for another day. But my intuition became way clearer. For take that as it resonates. And then my last pointer. So basically, Aphro-D, another result that I've noticed, is like the brain's perception of stimuli is greatly enhanced. So like just physical touch, like just touching myself feels so much better than it did before. Like I'm just like, I feel beautiful, like I feel beautiful. I feel bright. I feel like I want to open my eyes and look at things because it feels so good to look at things, and I feel like my skin is just like, it just feels better. It's like, I just, I feel great. And I'm going to be honest. The first thing I wrote, I said my dick feels really good. It's the point that I wrote, and that's true. Like the whole body just feels really good. So my genitals, my manhood, is really working. And I'll be honest, that is something that I think each one of us has to really balance out. Ask ourselves how we deal with that. Because I will tell men, especially if they already have like a pretty high sex drive, or if they already have like, pretty consistent erections and stuff, like spontaneously and stuff like that. If for those of us who experience that naturally, taking Aphro-D is going to require you to really balance that out, because my manhood was very active, very like my sperm count probably through the roof, like type of thing before Aphro-D. So once I started taking Aphro-D, you know, and I still go through it. Just I'm still figuring that part out. A year later, I'm like, man, like I could probably conceive a nation of people. Just to be honest, like I could probably create a nation. uh, with how Aphro-D has like my balls producing, I can feel the tubes just like full of inventory. If you get what I mean. So I'm gonna leave that part there. But we talk about that in the group. I try to be an advocate for being in touch with your body and what's going on with your body, because testosterone, you're gonna have a production of bodily fluids, and you're gonna have sex drive. You're gonna have hormones being influenced, and that has been very true. And I try to be a supportive nature for my brothers in the group, because it's so taboo to talk about sexuality. You know, oftentimes, even though we are all sexual beings, um, that's how we got here. Like, most of us have gotten here to planet Earth by way of a sexual act. Um, but I'll save those convos for the group. This is about results. So I would summarize that by saying my body feels amazing. My penis feels amazing. Um, it is My testicles are very, very full at just about all times, no matter what I do. They just stay full. So that's it. That's it. It's what I wrote. So much gratitude to Doc Farhan for the masterful creation of Aphro-D. I really hope I made you proud with the video. I really, really hope that you all can feel that Aphro-D has changed my life and that I am in love with Aphro-D. This is my second year that I've been blessed to experience Aphro-D, and I knew from the very beginning that there was something absolutely so special with Aphro-D. I'm not the type to really try things off of YouTube advertisements or order things randomly offline or anything like that. But when I saw this, and when I listened to Doc, it was kind of like a soul to soul type of thing. To be honest, it felt like my soul recognized that Doc was the key to a blessing in my life. And I was so excited to get my first shipment of Aphro-D in the mail. As soon as I got it, I opened the box. I'm in the car, opened the box, grabbing a bottle of water, taking the first 4 capsules. And in the first hour after I took the first dose, my life had changed. My life had changed. I was free. I was free from being sad for like no good reason. Life is hard, yes. It always has been hard for everyone, and it's going to be that way on planet Earth. And Aphro-D breathed life and light into my reality. I can like talking to people now. I'm way more happy than I was before. I'm in love with Aphro-D, and I'm so grateful to God for Aphro-D. So for all the gentlemen, I would say follow that feeling that you have. If you feel like this Aphro-D is for you, you feel like it's for you, and you feel like there's a blessing to be received by you through Aphro-D, trust that feeling. Listen to that feeling. There's no such thing as a coincidence. Oh, and when I was doing this video, I guess y'all might want to cut this off here, but if you want to keep this on there, this came out in my blue book notebook. I have a notebook, and I was going to write my notes for this video, and this card came out. And come on, man, look at that. This card came out when I was going to write my notes about Aphro-D. And it's the Raging Herd. And it says, it emphasizes that this card, like it enhances the strength of a move by times 10. So it does 10 more damage. Whatever. I don't know about Pokemon like that. It's a Pokemon card. I don't even know where I got this card, to be honest. But I like things like this, and I pay attention to what I feel to be signs like this. And I went to make this video, and this card came out, and I tell you, like, it blew me away. Because I had my Aphro-D bottles out, my notebook out, and I was like, wow. So, it talks about how they live in groups, like a herd, making one another stronger. And Aphro-D tribe, we are a herd. We pressure one another, support one another to make each other better. And Aphro-D has made my life better. So, I feel, safe. I feel supported. I feel like a better man. Aphro-D makes me feel like a superstar. So, I love you, Aphro-D. I love you, Doc Farhan, for creating Aphro-D. Shout out to all the brothers to come, all the brothers already in the Aphro-D Nation. Peace.